And we are going to be still in winners round 1, so this is the first set of the day. We're going to be seeing Peak the Roy going up against Password the Yoshi.
Yep, Password, a local guy, used to go to Xanadu a fair bit. Peak, a player I'm not familiar with, but a character I'm super familiar with, Roy, who everyone pretty much agrees is very, very, very strong in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. This is like one of the staple matchups of Long Island, or at least I guess so. Like in the past year, going to be setting up a quick little tech chase. I like the idea for Password, but would have needed to dash up a little bit less to be able to connect it. Good neutral out of shield, able to punish the jab too. And I like these quick little resets from Peak. Just going to be respecting Yoshi's double jump, not wanting to commit too much to anything too soon.
Absolutely. I mean, when you have the consistency of a sword and the kill power of Roy, I mean, just as we were saying before this match started, when you can be consistent, everything else will follow right afterwards. And Peak, I, again, just like how they're not committing to anything but Password, trying to be a little bit cheeky right there with the egg lay. Not going to find anything right in that situation, but relatively even between these two players at the moment.
I really like the place that Peak is trying to sort of play at, because they're always a little bit past where Yoshi can immediately go in with a dash attack or something, trying to maybe catch them sort of a preemptive jump, but now stuck off stage without a double jump. Password committing a little bit too much to the jump call out. Going to be looking for this juggle attempt, but Peak is just going to be able to land successfully.
All right, so here we go. Peak able to find that up air, and let's see how the lane's going to be. Password committing a bit too hard, but the double-edged dance not going to do it from center stage.
All right, really just good patience. It almost had the whip punish on the dash attack. Peak had the right idea, but then dashed in a little bit too soon. Ended up getting hit by it. Now finds themselves off stage in disadvantage, but Password a little bit too late with the neutral aid.
Yeah, Peak has been kind of screwed over with these sour spots several times. Got sour spot back air, sour spot up air that might have killed a little bit earlier. Super unfortunate, but Password living at 146%, or well, now dead. But that hit was the hit that Peak needed. That beefy forward tilt going to find its mark.
Oh my goodness, and the dash grab still somehow active enough. Password going to be going for it all. Gets the egg into the F smash. Maybe just sort of catching Peak not pressing a button. And all of these egg lays. All of those egg lays. What is going on?
Roy's cholesterol. He can't have that many eggs. It's not good for him, man. It's not
Only
good.
egg whites, man. No egg yolks.
Yeah. Oh, man. But he's going to have to hold a couple more right there. And Password now playing with house money. Look at him. Just running back and forth, getting some call-out forward smash and finding them over and over in these egg lays.
Yo, if you're getting egg laid that much, you got to mix something up. That means hey, wait a second. My dashes called out. My jumps called out. My recoveries called out. You got to mix up your tempo. You got to mix up your gameplay ASAP. Because Peak is just getting and running into everything.
Yeah. He's doing something or Password's doing something a lot of DDDs do. Kind of just bait your opponent to kind of running up and shielding, and then just B-reverse egg lay. And then they almost never see it coming because it's just such a quick shift in momentum, and especially when you just sneak behind your opponent like that and get to kill. Password found the win condition.
The fear. The pressure just by existing, just able to bait the bad recovery just by being there. That Peak just immediately mashed out like an up B out of the egg lay. I'm so glad that you brought up the DDD analogy, because I am also, a DDD sympathizer myself.
We're suffering.
Yeah,
yes, we suffer.
Any time that you start consistently getting shoulder hop inhales like that, let me tell you, it is the best feeling in the world. You feel like you're the best player alive. But now we're going to be seeing the character switch from Peak into the Fox. I feel like just the biggest thing is yo, you got to watch out for your movement. You got to make sure that you're a little bit more consistent, and maybe a little bit more agile. Maybe not so predictable. You got to be more ambiguous and quick on your feet.
Absolutely. The thing is, matchup-wise, I actually prefer Roy to Fox in this matchup, because I'm sure Fox can stack up some damage really quick. But the thing is, once you're off stage, especially since Password has shown that he's proficient in going off stage and getting some kills, things can get way worse way quicker in the Yoshi-Fox matchup.
Oh, Peak had the right idea, trying to go back down with an aerial, but just slightly going to be misspacing it. Peak not going to be falling into another one of these down smash tech chases from Password. I feel like Peak has, Password has a good idea with them quite often, but it's just never close enough to actually connect it.
Yeah. And when you're just barely whiffing against Fox, I mean, that's Fox's bread and butter. The character loves it when you whiff moves in his face because he can just run up, dash attack, up smash, imagination. But another big forward smash comes through from Password, and that's what I was talking about before. Once you're off stage as Fox, things get really bad really quick. Good angle right there from Peak, though.
I feel like all that Password needed at that point was just to throw out a little neutral or something super active, but now finds himself stuck in the corner. You already know what Peak wants. They're going to be looking for that nail into up smash, but Password just sitting in shield. But you got to make sure that you space and time it right. Up smash out of shield, though, that's going to be able to do it, and Peak is able to finally get a lead.
Finally, well needed. I mean, I think that's the first lead of the set so far, but it might be short-lived. Oh, holding in a bit too hard.
I'm not sure what the jab out of shield was. I think that was maybe like a misinputted neutral, maybe a misinputted down out of shield. Because that was definitely way too safe to pull something like that off. But now Password has no double jump. Peak definitely could have capitalized a little bit more, but you know, Yoshi not taking too much knockback. Now just going to be on stage, getting a couple of big hits.
And actually evening out the percent just like that. Stuck on the platform. Good wait by Password, but Peak was willing to press a button right there. Very smart to disrespect your opponent in that situation because ultimately you're probably going to get hit there, so you might as well throw out a button and hope for a bit better. But, oh, that's that zone that you cannot be against Yoshi. Ever, ever.
That's the Yoshi zone. You absolutely do not want to be touching that by any means. But, wow, just the very edge of up smash is going to be able to do it. That was honestly phenomenal spacing. But that directional air dodge from Password, maybe not the best.
Yeah, and got hit with a bad DI as well. Went straight up on the up smash. You can't afford to do that. And now even stocks, but the comp potential from both these characters is very high. Honestly, we can see a kill almost any second here, especially if Password starts to pull off some of those reads, because he's in the right position a lot of times, just not quite finding anything. Just like that.
Yeah, what I'm finding that's kind of interesting is that Password is never really opting to go for like a lot of juggle setups, but instead much more so on the grounded side, a lot more on the tech chase side. Whereas I feel like if they got like an up tilt, they could really take it a lot further damage-wise, because that's what Yoshi does best. Now you're off stage with no double jump. Peak almost had that. Peak was in Password's head, and Peak was moving for just a second.
For just a second. It could just be the last second where they get to schmoove because, the fall speed.
No.
Oh, if you had committed to the forward air, that would have been it, but goes for another egg lay, and that's going to be game number 2 going to Peak. We got ourselves a 1-1 set right here.
Yeah, the Fox switch actually just definitely paying off for itself, but I think the biggest thing to come out of that game is a couple of habits coming to life from Password. One of them is just a refusal to go to the ledge and constantly going up and around and above the ledge. Fox is admittedly not the best ledge trapper in the game, especially in the context of a lot of Yoshi's hitboxes. If you're always getting up predictably, never actually to the ledge itself, always trying to recover high, in a position where Peak is definitely not going to get hit by eggs, you are, anything can become a habit, anything can become exploitable, and Peak found an answer to that situation over and over. And another thing is, I think Peak this time definitely did a lot with the damage output. Password never really setting up a lot of the up air chains that Yoshi is really known for, and as a result, not able to put on, all of that Yoshi damage with like up airs and up tilts and like platform extensions.
Yeah. I think Password only got it like maybe once, and I mean against Fox you need to get that every single stock if possible. So it's going to be much needed for an adaptation in this game number 3 right here, going to small battlefield. Let's see how it pans out.
Yeah, and again, Password keeps on fishing for a lot of falling aerials, right? And at this point, Peak has been doing like a really good job playing a little bit more out of shield, dashing back. That time, though, going right into the egg, and there it is. The parry up tilt out of shield to be able to call out that back air. Now Peak is adapting so well. The question is, can Password mix themselves up a little bit?
Yeah, I think he has the potential to do it. Oh, but the egg lays, I think Password might be starting to tunnel vision a bit on the egg lays right here. Finding a lot of success in them game number 1, but Peak, they adjusted super well, and now it's not quite an option on the table. You need to go for those juggle situations that you were alluding to earlier.
Okay, really nice grab out of shield there. Just going to be catching catching Peak, completely whiffing that and just catching that air dodge. And I feel like the both of them haven't been like going to ledge like too much, and instead like opting for a lot of air dodges. And so they've been capitalizing on that against one another. I would like to see both of them play a little bit safer here. Peak has the right idea, but slightly misspacing some of these chase downs. But wow.
Oh, wait, what? Password DI'd that appropriately too, like DI'd that hard right, but still got tagged. Yoshi's big feet coming back to bite him, I guess.
Yeah. Wow, Yoshi also just like being hefty enough to not take too much knockback in that moment. Anybody lighter, anybody smaller, and that definitely would have not connected. But okay, neutrally, not going to be able to follow up into anything quite yet. Excellent jab block setup, good damage.
Yeah, ended up getting locked into the jab animation, got that jab number 3, so still solid damage and getting some good positioning too, but forces the issue a bit too fast. But there we go, there's that roll read, stacking it up, 3-piece. Let's see if we got a finisher.
That wasn't just like an excellent roll read, that was all baited out from just an empty full hop. Just jumping up, being able to fast fall back down, you're able to force an option out of password, and look how far Peak has just been able to push it, just in a constant juggle situation, just in constant advantage, almost going to be getting that up smash, but I feel like that could have comboed as well.
Yeah, not quite believing in it. All right, but now Peak really starting to fish for these kills right here. I mean, Yoshi at 143. I don't know if Nair up smash will work, but yeah, finds that back air, and now Peak full stock lead, only at 62%. But the rage is reset, so Yoshi does have some confirms here that can make things a bit more difficult for Peak, but Password still going for that egg lay off stage.
Yeah, there's like a certain awkward dead zone for like a lot of characters where they fall out of a lot of kill confirms, and Password really committing to the F smash once again. I feel like so little of them are actually connecting at this point, slightly misspacing themselves, but still able to mash out a neutral in time and get the stage spike and get the kill. This is anybody's game to take.
Normally I say Fox players have to hit every single stage tech. That's one of the ones that I feel like most would have missed. Would have missed because Yoshi was already in the flames. Luckily, he has that frame 3
Did you
privilege.
see the neutral? I didn't see the neutral.
Yeah, I literally blinked and Fox was dead. I was like, all right, I guess that's what happens here.
I'm going to be looking for that neutral up smash, and again, that nail was not like fast falling, so I feel like all that password you needed was like a neutral out of shield. Okay, that's going to be the punish on the air dodge. That was so well played. Now Peak has password stuck at the ledge. Going to be looking for like a back air here. Okay, being really patient.
All right, but for what it's worth, Password does just need to find one more hit. That's fake. Oh, wait, that's not fake. Password dropping that game. Peak finds that back air. Beautiful work. It takes the set 2-1.
Yeah, that was really well played. There was some amazing adaptations. The switch to Fox, of course, was excellent. But I think at the end of the day, a lot of that was just like, hey, Peak was able to call out like a good amount of habits. I think if there was like one really big thing that Password was not fully taking advantage of, it's like, you know what? Yoshi has a lot of airspeed. He has a lot of drift. When you throw out like a neutral air dodge like that,